Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of PDPMO, or Please Don't Piss Me Off. My name is Richard, and I would like to say thanks for stopping by so we can talk movies. The movie I'm going to be discussing today is the Netflix film Red Notice, starring Ryan Reynolds, Dwayne Johnson, and Gal Gadot. Now, as with most of my videos, what I will say at the beginning is I'm going to give my overall feel of the movie. And then for people who don't want spoilers, I will give you the all clear to go ahead and jump ship. And then I'll get into like the nitty gritty nuts and bolts of the movie and what I liked and what I didn't like. Before I get into the review, though, a couple of quick announcements. Coming up in the next week or so, I'm going to be getting more reviews out there, obviously, but I'm also going to be doing three specialty videos. One is going to be a countdown of my 10 favorite Christmas movies because of the upcoming season. I'm also going to be having a little conversation about Marvel versus DC, pros and cons. And I'm also going to be talking about the age-old let's get the fight started of Star Wars versus Star Trek. By request, I have another holiday movie that I am going to be reviewing. I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to watching this movie or not, but I'll let you know. So yeah, that's going to be coming out in the next week. Please keep the suggestions coming. They're great. I'm having a lot of fun looking at these movies. Quick shout out to my good friend Yukon Sleeman for designing the logo for PDPMO. Check him out on YouTube. He is a wonderful and multi-talented artist. He's multifaceted. He does a little bit of everything. So yeah, check him out. He's good. But yeah, so we're gonna get into the Netflix film Red Notice. So for those of you who've seen the trailers and whatnot, this movie is about a jewel thief and the FBI agent that is tracking him. This is a perfect idea. This is a perfect example, of favorite movies versus good movies, like movies that I enjoyed versus great cinema. This isn't a great movie, but it's a lot of fun. I loved it. Um, it's exactly what you would expect from a movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson. Like my viewers know, what I usually do when I watch a new movie, I go in with a blank slate, thanks to Crystal Skull. I go in with a blank slate. I don't get my hopes up. I don't expect the movie to suck. I just go in and feed on what they give me. And this movie gave me everything that I was expecting. Therefore, it did not piss me off. Love it. Great time. Give it a chance, because if you just want to have some rip-roaring fun. Okay, so now for the people who are checking out because they don't want to know anything, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Continued support. Not just for me, but anybody out there who's putting these videos out. It's a nice little community, and it's a lot of fun. So now we're going to start getting into the spoilers of the movie. So Ryan Reynolds stars as the jewel thief, and Dwayne Johnson is the FBI agent who's tracking him. And Dwayne Johnson he's the FBI agent, but he's also like this criminal profiler. And I guess one of the things that I find is kind of odd is when they cast these big hulking characters in these very bookwormy type jobs. I'm not saying that people who work out can't be profilers, and I'm not saying that profilers don't like go to the gym. But it's like, you've got this massive guy, and we're supposed to believe that he's like this FBI profiler. And so right off the bat, I'm just like, okay. I mean, this is clearly just going to be a buddy cop movie where they're just going to be chasing each other and having some fun. Let's go. And yeah, the action scenes are great. They're good fun. There's nothing in this movie that's like super original. Um, you've got the chases and there's some neat stuff with like in the early chase scene when Ryan Reynolds' character is trying to escape from the museum. There's some neat stunt work on the scaffolding and whatnot. But yeah, this is kind of a an elevated run of the mill action movie, action comedy. Um, but if that's what you're sitting down to watch, this movie is highly entertaining. The chemistry between the two characters is wonderful. I mean, both Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson are incredibly charismatic people, so you can tell that they just had a lot of fun making this movie. They're firing one-liners at each other, undoubtedly off script. So it looks like they had as much fun making it as I had watching it. Um, enter Gal Gadot's character. Again, spoilers, so yeah, don't get mad at me. I did warn you like 3 times. Okay, so Gal Gadot's character enters as the world's best art thief. And so Ryan Reynolds is obviously like playing second fiddle, and she kind of sets him up to take the fall, and then they're trying to find the third of Cleopatra's eggs. So the first half of the movie feels like what you'd expect, which is the funny, action packed movie that these guys would deliver. The second movie, and I swear I'm not doing this because of the Crystal Skull, but the second movie all of a sudden turns into an Indiana Jones. Um, they go to Argentina. There's Nazis involved. They go into this mine. There's like literally a 1931 Nazi convertible car that looks exactly like the Nazi convertible from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And there's this chase sequence where our heroes are escaping in this Nazi car through this abandoned mine shaft, and like right out of Temple of Doom, like the bad guys are chasing them, and it's just got a very Indiana Jones feel to it. A little more tongue in cheek than Indiana Jones took it, but again, shut your brain off, right? This is just supposed to be entertaining. Don't expect like great dialogue. Don't expect like wonderful twists. The twists that are in the movie, kind of see them coming. Um, I know that Hollywood today likes to like put these twists in because hey, they're not expecting this, but we've seen enough movies now that a real twist would be no twist, right? Just a straight fastball, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, where was the twist? But this movie was a little formulaic, I will say that. But the formula that they use works. There's a reason there's been so many successful movies that have used this same formula. Um, so if you just want to like a little throwback back to the whole adventure movies that we used to really enjoy when we were kids, this is one of them. Gal Gadot, she turns out to be like in on it, and there's like double crossing and all that stuff happens. But this movie definitely sets up for a sequel. My main issue is the movie feels like they made it to make a sequel. If you know what I mean. Like there are some movies where you're like, that movie was good and that movie had an end. Therefore, like they could do a sequel. This one is just set up for a sequel. And my one complaint about that is you don't really feel like you have a complete story. What you have is the first half of the story that leads you to, book two, if you will. And I find that at times, depending on the movie, that can feel a little unfinished. This one, if they don't make a sequel, I'm not going to be like, well, that's crazy, but they're going to make a second one. I'd like to see them put a little more effort into doing something new. Um, there's a scene, sorry, earlier in in the movie where Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson are in jail, and I'm like, oh, like Deadpool 2. Like it's just it was like they took like really good parts from other movies and jammed them all into this movie and called it Red Notice. Um, but it worked. What can I say? I had fun. By the end of it, I was like, I would watch that movie again. So yeah, as far as Red Notice goes, my bottom line is um, lots of fun, very entertaining, little formulaic, but I'm willing to accept that formula because it's like a chicken McNugget, right? You know it's crap, but if you like them, you like them. So, one of the things I like to do is after I watch a movie, I'll go into imdb.com. I've said that name many times. I'm a huge fan of the website. Great for looking into movies and stuff. And I like to look at the reviews to see what's out there. Not to influence my review, but just to see where the big complaints are. Because if I like a movie, I don't need to know what other people liked about it. I just know what I liked. And some of the recurring complaints is that people who watched it don't like Ryan Reynolds or they don't like Dwayne Johnson. And I'm like, if you go to see a movie starring Ryan Reynolds and Dwayne Johnson and you don't like either one of them or one of them, you're probably not going to like that movie because right now, at this point in their careers, they're doing one type of movie. They're doing the type of movie that's going to make you laugh and it's going to have big action sequences. So if you don't like Ryan Reynolds, stop watching Ryan Reynolds movies right now because that's what you're going to get, except Deadpool, because I mean, Deadpool's Deadpool. But if you're looking at this kind of thing like a Free Guy or another like really enjoyed Free Guy, wouldn't classify it as a great movie, but super entertaining. So that's the kind of movies that he's making right now, which is, I think, part of the reason why he wants to take a little break from acting, just because he's so everywhere right now. And then you've got Dwayne Johnson, who, I mean, look at his career, right? It's just like you've either got the serious action movies or you've got the lighthearted, like when he was early on, like the Pacifier and stuff like that. You've got these lighthearted movies, or you've got um, like your Jumanjis and your Red Notices. So if you don't like either one of those actors, I don't know why you're putting that in a review. Like, obviously, you're not going to like this movie. There were a couple of reviewers who talked about some of the things I've touched on. But if you're just sitting, you know what this is? This is a popcorn movie. This is a movie to sit down, either by yourself or significant other or a bunch of friends sitting around, put on some popcorn, order some pizza, whatever, sit back and have fun. And for movies, there are worse things I could say about a movie than it was a lot of fun. And it was. So I highly recommend Red Notice. Again, if you don't like Ryan Reynolds movies, don't watch it. If you don't like Dwayne Johnson movies, don't watch it because it delivers much like Sharknado, although this was much better than Sharknado. It delivers exactly what you'd expect. So don't look for anything more than that, and you will have as much fun as I had watching this movie. So that's about it. Again, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate the support. I'm having so much fun doing this. It's a lot more work than I anticipated, but the work is something I enjoy, so it doesn't feel like work. But yeah, keep those suggestions coming. Again, click like, subscribe, share this video. You have my permission to get it out there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Thank you to everyone who's already reached out, either with suggestions or support. I couldn't be more grateful to all you guys. And I look forward to hearing from you, and I can't wait to continue talking movies with you. Thanks. Bye for now.